Let's face it, life isn't easy. If you're stuck in a bad relationship, betrayed or afraid of tomorrow, financially insecure, or desperate for a breakthrough, you've come to the right place. Dr. Carmen Harra is a renowned psychologist, intuitive, relationship expert, and best-selling author, and she's here to give you the miracle guidance you need. Her new call-in show, Miracle Guidance for Everyday Life, offers profound wisdom, practical advice, daily exercises, and empowering predictions, all for you. Dr. Harra's show aims to eliminate everyday problems, big and small, with topics like healing your relationships, reclaiming your power, achieving better health, dealing with loss, and so much more. Regain the joy, stability, and fulfillment you deserve to feel. Tune in to Miracle Guidance for Everyday Life with host Dr. Carmen Harra, live every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern, and find the answers you've been looking for.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Miracle Guidance. I'm so excited to be with you tonight, like every Tuesday night on OMTimes Radio, and find different topics that we can debate. And always I'm excited to talk to you about your perspective of everything that I'm discussing. So I'm always taking your input. So feel free to call in. This is a calling show, 202-570-7057. My amazing producer, Christopher, will connect you with me directly. So this way, you know, I'm hearing your opinion and also your questions, whatever questions you might have for today. I'm so glad to give you my expertise and my input. So the topic today is how to change your life and how to change it within a frame of time of 30 days. Because it takes 30 days to rearrange your mental tapes. During this period of 30 days, the neurons in your brain begin to break away from all clusters of neurons, and they form a new pathway. That's the way the brain works. This means that if you can do things differently within a month, you finally put an end to the bad pattern of behavior, to the bad habits, to the harmful thoughts, to the unhealthy obsession. So if you somehow unhappy with the way your life goes and you don't know why, and you're just listening to me, I will be able to help you go through what's happening into your life and guide you how to break through those patterns, those negative patterns, and how to achieve a new beginning, because that's what we want. Otherwise, if we continue on the same path, we get stuck, we get trapped. That's the problem with us. And that's why majority of you are calling me saying, I am stuck. I'm in this situation. In this relationship. Nothing works for me. And the reason nothing works for you is because the way the brain works. And you need to always, during life, rearrange and rewire and restructure the way your brain functions. And I will explain you much more, because this topic requires a little bit of more, being more explanatory. And I'm going to start by saying that every day is just a sequence of all kinds of things that you're going through, made up of a series of habits. Like, okay, you wake up approximately the same time. You eat probably pretty much the same food. You engage in similar activities. You go to the same school, to the same place to work. These are examples of a pattern of behavior and habits that we practice on a daily basis. Some habits are good. You eat the right food, you exercise some patterns, and habits are very negative. You self-destructive. You may have a habit of going to sleep too late, or eating too much sugar, or just skipping the gym. So most of us would see this as negative habits, and adversely affect, of course, they do affect our quality of life. Now, on a deeper level, our thoughts, our emotion, and our states of being are also the result of a habit. okay, let's say you got into a relationship that's actually not good for you, but you got used to this person and you depend on that person and you have no idea how to get out. And I have numerous examples, good friends of mine, being together for 37 years. They got used to each other. But they were supposed to walk away from each other 3 years after they got married, probably not, or probably never get married. But they stuck with each other and then they suffocated each other. So let's say you're in that situation and you think, and she always said, I can never be out of this relationship, I'm stuck here. But let's say you're disappointed of the way the relationship works. You're disappointed of a lot of things. So your thoughts become kind of negative, they turn kind of dark. And the more your thoughts become dark, the more your mind encourages those thoughts. The more difficult it is to break through, to see yourself happy, and to envision something different. I remember my friend telling me, oh, I'm stuck with this man for all these years. I don't know where to go. I don't envision anything. And one day, she actually was forced to divorce after all these years of marriage. But too bad she did it very late in life, you know. There's another example that supports what I'm talking about. Maybe you're afraid of a divorce, or maybe you're afraid to quit your job because you think, oh, if I don't have a job, I'm not going to have money to pay my bills. So you stay in the same dead-end job, in that meager job, in that horrible situation for years and years and years. And what is the habit? I'm going to ask you. What is the habit here? The habit is fear. As you can see, habitual thoughts and action are the building blocks of your reality. They influence the decision you take and the path we choose. So in other words, in order to change your life, you can change what? Your habits, the things you've got used to routinely think, say, and do. And this can be pretty difficult because there's a science to change. As you keep on, and there's a science behind all of this. As you keep thinking, saying, and doing same thing, your brain forms neurons to support your action. As time goes by and you keep engaging in the habit, your brain encourages more and more and more, adding more neurons to the already existing clusters of neurons. So neurons, imagine a classroom with kids, so they stick to each other. So if you've gotten in the habit of thinking about a person, you'll find yourself thinking about that person more and more frequently until you become obsessed with that person. The same thing, you start to drink, and then you love it, and the more you go out, the more you're gonna drink. The brain encourages that. This mechanism of human brain holds true for absolutely any habit we adapt. The more we do something, the more our brain promotes the action. The more you love going to the gym, the more you try to go because you love it. The more you eat carbs, the more you want to eat carbs. So try giving meat to a person who's been a vegan for 30 years. Or try taking meat away from a person who's been eating meat all his life, every single day. Our brain gets used to anything, good, bad. Sometimes, supporting action that are harmful to us, like addiction to drugs, to alcohol, to nicotine. This is why habits quickly turn into addiction, into the things we don't want to do, but which we can stop ourselves from doing. These tiny neurons in the brain can cause so much trouble, more trouble than you can imagine. And this is the medical explanation of why people develop the compulsive disorder personality and why addiction is so hard to find. Now, in terms of the personal change, before you can achieve your goal, you will always have to train your brain differently. And what you have to do, you have to break up that gangs, I can't find a better word, the gangs of neurons that is centered around a detrimental impulse or an unhealthy obsession that is pushing the neurons in another direction towards a more positive and rewarding action. So this can be done in 30 days. So scientifically, it has been proven that 30 days are crucial. It takes those 30 days to rearrange those formation already, those clusters of neurons that create the pattern of behavior. So during that period of time, in those 30 days, the neurons in the brain begin to break away from the old clusters and they start forming new pathways. So let's say, okay, you've been addicted to carbs and you eat only sweets and carbs, but 30 days you are not. So it's very hard at the beginning, but after 30 days, you're able to break that and you're not so addicted to carbs anymore. You might not even want to eat them anymore. So this means that you can do things differently from 1 month into another. You can finally put an end to something that is a bad habit or a bad pattern of behavior. Now, spiritually speaking, I believe there's something sacred about abstaining from a bad habit in 1 month for a full moon cycle. And it reinforces something that is called your discipline and shows you the immense power of your free will. Now, if you're listening to the show, I want you to take a white paper. I don't know if you have one around, or go check for one and a pen. And I want you to write down 4 questions that I have for all of you listening. The number 1 question is, what do I want to change in my life? Take a deep breath and say, okay, what are the things that I don't like in my life? What are the things that I'm not happy with? Is it what I eat? Is it my weight? Is it my job? Is it my overall? Is it my marriage? Is it my sex life? What it is that I want to change? That's the first question. And number 2, the second question related to the first question is, how badly do I want to change that? How badly do I want to change it? And the third one is, what would my life be like? What would be like if I was able to make these changes? And there comes the 4th question. What steps can I realistically take to carry out such changes? This is very, very important for you to understand. Now, I want you to take your time, answer these questions. I want you to put away the paper for a day or 2 and then return to the questions several times if you want to, if you need to, until you think you figure it out, your answers, the correct answers that resonate with you. Put them in your heart and employ your intuition to form conclusions. Employ all your knowledge. Your higher self knows what your higher self wants, and your soul is seeking to break free of habits and is seeking to evolve. Now, people are usually afraid of change. They fear that change will somehow disrupt their lives and uproot them from their comfort zone. We don't want to take a step away from the comfort zone. We love to be in the comfort zone. But change usually serves to propel us towards a greater version of our lives. So then we allow the divine changes to come our way, even if they seem frightening at first. Every change serves a purpose for your highest good, and you will recognize this in time. Now, in a few minutes, I'll give you some steps you should take for the next 30 days to enact that positive, permanent change. But if you have any questions about this, I want you to call me at 202-570-7057. And I'll go and take your calls and answer whatever other live questions you might have. And then I'm going to go and talk to some of my wonderful callers that are always calling me, and I'm so grateful for that. I will go and take first. I'll take Coil, but Coil, wait for me a second, and I'll take a short break, and then I'll go with you in a moment. And for everybody else, and Kim from Florida, hold on the line. I'll be with you also shortly. For everybody else who wants to reach out, feel free to call and let me know how you like this topic and if you have something to add to it. I'm Carmen Harra. I'll be back in a minute.
The best of the holistic, spiritual, and conscious world. OMTimes Radio. IOM FM.
OMTimes magazine is one of the leading online content providers of positivity, wellness, and personal empowerment. A philanthropic organisation, their net proceeds are funneled to support worldwide charity initiatives via Humanity Healing International. Through their commitment to creating community and providing conscious content, they aspire to uplift humanity on a global scale. Connect at omtimes.com. OMTimes, creating a more conscious lifestyle.
My name is Victor Furman. Some call me The Voice. I've always been fascinated with human nature, spirituality, science, and the crossroads at which they meet. Join me Wednesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern on OMTimes Radio, and we'll explore these topics and so much more on Destination Unlimited.
You came across someone struggling with hunger. How would you recognize them? Would you notice an 8-year-old girl who's not excited for summer break
because she may not be having lunch again until September?
Or a war veteran who's having a hard time landing a job
and getting back on his feet?
I am the 1 in 8 Americans who struggle with hunger. I am hunger in America.
Hunger can be hard to recognize. Learn why at IamHungerInAmerica.org. Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
And I'm back, so excited to be with you. I'm going to talk right now to my wonderful caller, always being there with me, Koi. Hi, my lovely Koi. How are you, my dear?
Hi, Carmen. How are you?
It's so good to hear you. How's everything?
Everything is okay. I just had, thank you for asking. I just had my brother's celebration of life event on Saturday. Carmen?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I think for a second I lost you. So do you mind repeating what you said?
Yes. I just had my brother's celebration of life on Saturday.
Oh, beautiful. Beautiful.
Yeah, and it was a process, you know, and I made, I custom made some prayer cards with his face on the front.
Beautiful.
And he was all about music. So I had music notes on it, on the front, and on the back, you know how you can choose poems and things that's already
sure, exactly. Mm-hmm. Right.
I got the inspiration, to just sit for a moment and just come up with something to write for him.
Mm-hmm.
And I did. I did. And so instead of one of the poems that, they had, I have one here. It says, I am now many musical notes and tones in the Most High God's heavenly choir. Listen, and you will hear me sing. Do you hear the cymbals, tambourine, piano, Congo drums, organ, all in synchronicity? The angels, all the heavenly hosts and beings, all in universal and divine musical order. It's all a part of my new I am that I am present. For I have a new, perfect, heavenly body. Love always, Prince Dakrit.
This is so beautiful.
And that was the message that I received from him. So I put that on the back of the card, and I ordered 100 of them, and I gave quite a bit of them out. But
this is so beautiful. I've never heard anything more beautiful than this. This is beautiful.
Thank you.
Really beautiful.
Now,
you wrote it?
Yes.
Oh, this is beautiful. Oh my God, this is amazing. Absolutely amazing.
So, thank you so very much.
This is beautiful.
My question, I have two questions, but first I want to know, what did he think about his celebration of life service?
Well, what I'm getting from him is that he was so excited. He said he was in heaven in so many ways, in every possible way. He said you made it more than he expected, was exactly what he wanted. He said he wants you to know that you just prove yourself one more time to him what an amazing soul you are. He said he wish he can, and he will try somehow to give you a sign of gratitude. Did he come in dreams lately?
No, I haven't.
Are you sure?
Not that I'm aware of.
I think you are not aware. He's mentioning coming in dreams, and he's mentioning coming again in dreams. Almost like that's so significant for him, to be with you while you're in your astral travel during the night, and to express that he wants to express gratitude for you for everything you've done for him. She said, you being the one always helping, always being there for him, always loving him. This is so incredible. Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you.
So he's really, really excited. He says that the celebration is even now in other words, he took the celebration in heaven. He expanded. It's an ongoing celebration. He says, you being the most beautiful soul ever, who never thought of him, never forgot about him, always thought of him, always wanting him to be okay, always caring. He said, you were, everything, if you wanted ever to live was for you. He said that he doesn't even know how to express the love, but he will find ways to show you what he can do for you. In other words, in a period of time, and I don't know when, because souls don't have a concept of time anymore, where they are. So I can't tell exactly when, but you will have some messages from him, and in his own way, he will reward you back here on earth. It's going to be really interesting to see how you're going to be rewarded by him. I'm curious to see in which way. But we will talk about that.
I'm going to tell you. I'm going to let you know when it happens, too.
Yeah, you will let me know. I'm convinced that you'll let me know. I have no doubt about it. I have no doubt about it. Yeah, this is amazing. So good for you. You did something that I think you really wanted to do, and you really did it.
Yes, I did want to do that.
You really did it. Yeah. And you broke closure in a way. You know what I mean?
Yes.
You wanted to close. You wanted to close somehow. Everything in at a high note. You know, it's exactly like you close at the end of a concert or something. In the end of a song on a high note. So this is the way you allow him. You know, to sort of live the right way.
Yeah.
It's absolutely fascinating what you did for him. It's incredible.
Oh, thank you.
Oh,
also,
you should be proud.
Carmen,
Yes.
Oh, I will. Thank you so very much. You know, speaking of my brother, before I get to the next question, is he with or have seen the foster mother that raised us, and also what about our biological mother?
He shows me a woman, medium in height, a little bit overweight. He shows me an initial C, like in C or K, like Karina or
okay.
Okay, yeah. C or K.
Right. That's the foster mom.
That's who?
That's the foster mom that raised us.
Okay, so that's the one he's talking about. So that's the one he found.
He loves her.
Yeah.
He loves her. Are they together or is he?
Yes.
Different?
He says, well, she will continue to take care of me here. So in other words, she's not going to stop her job. You understand?
Yeah.
She will continue her work for him.
So are they on the same realm or where are they right now?
There's different levels. Obviously, there are different levels, you know, between, they are at the same level. It's hard to locate them. They show me the level 6. To what I know, there are like 9 levels or something like that. So they're a very high level. The levels depend on the level of your evolution at the soul level, and also is very connected to the number of lives that you had before.
Oh, okay.
So if you've been on Earth many times and travel here, and you know what I mean, know, it's very significant to understand this. Yeah.
Yeah. That's perfect. Thank you. Now, second question is again my friend Michael. What is he thinking about me or him and me, or is there no him and me?
No, he thinks of you and him, but he doesn't know how to take it to where he wants to take it. Do you understand what I mean? So he's thinking about this, but he doesn't know how to manifest his thoughts into a reality. It's like somebody like, oh, I'm thinking about this person, but I don't really believe I can be with that person. I question if I can or cannot be. You understand?
Yes, I understand.
So I feel like that's where he's limiting himself. There's a limitation in action or belief. It's like I think I can be, a movie star, but, do I have potential? Maybe. But can I get there? You understand what I mean? It probably is not the most parallel or the best association. But people think of many ways. So he thinks about this, but no action to make it really happen. Does it make sense?
Yes. And do you think, or do you feel that, because this is what I feel it's because I am a Caribbean woman.
Okay.
And he is Ukrainian. And I feel like maybe it has to do maybe with culture and maybe acceptance if he, you know, decided that he wanted to start dating me or something of that nature.
I don't think
Do you think it
necessarily
has
is
to
the
do with culture?
culture. I don't think
No?
necessarily is the culture. I think it's more the fear of him not being able to really involve himself, the fear of his own capacity to commit. The fear is about
Mm-hmm.
himself, and this might have something to do with the damage, something that has happened to him in his
Yes.
own life, in his past. So this has nothing to do with Caribbean, Ukrainian, Russian, who cares which part of the world
Mm-hmm.
we come. Is the damage, whatever has been happening to him. Do you know anything about his past?
Yes. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And you are correct. He was, he got very hurt a
Right.
year and a half ago, almost 2 years in September. And it involved um, two women that he worked with, and they
Okay.
brought they brought um, like sexual harassment charges.
Oh, so that's a huge issue. So this is something that's holding him back.
Mhm.
This is something, and I think it's an issue that you can address, or you can talk to him about. Does it
Mhm.
make sense? Yeah.
Yeah, it makes sense. Do you think he would be willing to like listen
Oh yeah.
or
Yeah. The more you open up to the conversation, the more you're helping him. You are helping him with this. You understand?
yes? If he says because he says that he feels better when he talks to me, or that that he feels better. Like if he's feeling low
Right.
and he gets on, I talk to him, then he says he always feels better.
Right.
Well, why don't he want to feel better a lot more?
That's true. Agree.
I'm just,
Agree. Yeah.
do you think
Right.
he'll ever come around, or do you think I should just continue to keep it?
If you help him come around, he will. It's like he needs being empowered, encouragement. Otherwise, he's ending up alone. You know.
Oh yeah, I can see that happening,
Yeah.
and that's exactly what he doesn't want.
Yeah, but he's self-destructive in this respect. You know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
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 Well, I'm his friend. I can help as much as he would allow. I'm not gonna overstep.
Agree. I agree with you.
All right. I'm so
Okay,
thankful
my
to
love.
speak to you again. Thank you so
I love you,
very
my
much,
beautiful.
lovely Carmen. I love you too.
I adore you. I love you
I
more,
adore
by
you
my
too.
beautiful.
And I'll send you a copy of his prayer card. I'll
Please,
send it to you
sure.
in Messenger. I'll send it to you in
Please.
Messenger.
Yeah,
All right?
excellent.
All
Okay,
right.
my love.
Thank you.
Love you. Bye-bye. Me too.
Bye.
I'm going to go to Kim in Florida. Hi, Kim. How are you, my love?
Hi. Hey, Carmen. How are you?
It's so good to hear your voice. How's everything, my love?
I'm good, actually.
Good.
And you're doing well?
Yeah. Can't complain.
You're always doing good, Carmen. I love you.
It's a state of mind. I love you, my sweetheart. It's a state of mind. If you constantly tell yourself, everything is good in my life, I'm doing good, then you do good. You know, you are what you say. What you say, you become. You know, it's so interesting that our experiences is what we attract. But experiences determine a pattern of behavior, and they all store in the human hard drive. So whatever you experience, it's your decision. At the end of the day, you know, you can turn a bad experience into a good one, the way you look at it, you know. So if you constantly say, I'm good, then you attract the good. and you store that into your pattern of behavior, you start acting like a person who's in control. And all those memories, are stored within your cells. And then your life is good. The moment you start going on the wrong path and you allow negativity and you keep on telling yourself, I'm not doing well, I'm always sick, my job doesn't do, then when those words create a certain experience, and that experience makes you attract bad stuff and negativity constantly. And then your pattern of behavior is self-destructive. And that's what you store within yourself, and then there's no way out. It takes a long time to correct those imprints. So that's why I'm teaching people, you're always good. You cannot afford not to be good. Because if you're good all the time, that will perpetuate the good.
Right.
If you're bad, that will perpetuate the bad, trust me.
I got that. I've already went through that, and you are 100% right in everything you're saying. And it does. It's very mind controlling, and you have to catch yourself.
It is. All it's in the mind. Everything is in the mind. Yeah.
It's work.
Yeah.
It's totally. Everyone's capable of doing it if you really put your mind to it. I believe it.
Right. Absolutely.
So, I'm just calling, of course, about my love life. So I think I spoke to you about a while ago how I ran into an old friend of 20 years. Not even a friend,
okay.
more of an acquaintance. And he was, he was married, had no children, but they've been like roommates for the past couple of years.
Okay.
And then I ran into him, and they just, they're separated and they're trying to figure out life. And I know he at first he didn't think that he needed passion in his life, and then he started to realize, wait a minute, I do want passion, and so his mind now is going through the process of now him being out there. He's starting to feel like he wants more than what he thought he wanted, right?
Yeah.
So there's that guy, right, and his name is Greg, and then but I kind of put it off as I just want to be friends with you right now until you figure out your life, because, if you haven't filed for divorce, even though they're not living together, I just don't feel right doing that. But where do you think that he's going? Where do you feel like he's going in this relationship? Like, I know he wants out, and there's no
in the relationship
involved
with that person.
Yeah, where do you see me and him eventually, maybe down the line, just being able to be together? Because I can't do that right now until I know he's where he knows where he's at. Does he even know what he wants?
I don't think he knows exactly what he wants, and I think that's the problem. And I don't actually see him with that person. I think it's not really so. I think it's more in his mind than in reality.
Yeah. He wants out. It's just he's such a nice guy. He doesn't want to hurt her feelings. But Mimo, she was the one that cheated on him months ago and decided to leave.
That's why I don't really see a relationship there. Whatever is there, I don't really think it's so real.
So where do you see us? Do you see us?
Yes, 60-70%. Not as much as I want. Does
he want to commit? I mean, he says he does.
He's not sure. I have some doubts about this guy and commitment.
Really?
There's a little bit of a problem, with his commitment. Do you see that?
Well, he's with a committed husband for 25 years, and it's been crap.
Yeah, but then the way it ended bad, and exactly what I explained during the show, that the pattern of behavior being negative, and he just remembers those negative moments, and that's kind of something that he's not happy about. So he doesn't want to go and repeat those memories. He's afraid that who is he going to meet is going to be the same like his ex. That's where the problem is.
So I haven't really ever called him, because I just figured let him do the work, since he was the one that was kind of in the predicament. Like, I didn't. So I just told him on Friday, like, I just don't think that we should just, we're only friends, but maybe we should just even stop talking. So he stopped calling. Do you see him calling?
Right.
Do you see him calling at all? Like,
I see him calling. I see him calling. I do see some hope here. Let's pray for that. Let's see how it goes.
So when do you see when he might call?
No, I don't have a timing here. No.
Like
don't have
away?
A clear timing. Sorry?
Weeks away? Is it like weeks
I don't
away?
have a time. Unfortunately,
yeah.
I'm not having any time for this guy. For some reason, I'm not detecting. I'm not locating this in time. I'm not. So I'm sorry about that.
It could be tomorrow. It could be in a month.
Yeah, it can be tomorrow. It could be in 3 weeks. Yeah.
So all right. So then I met this other guy, and he's a doctor, and he's a lot of fun, and his name is Andrew, and he's super fun, and I was just wondering about him. What does it look like with me and him? He seems like he was married 29 years, he's divorced 5 years, and
I see that he likes you. I'm afraid that he's a little bit of a player, you know? So you have to be careful with that. Yeah, because I feel like it's so interesting to be free. It's like somebody who's many years in a marriage and all of a sudden he finds the joy of being independent, you know?
Well, after his marriage, he was with this girl for 3 years, and they were on off for like so many on off.
He was not really with her that much. I don't know. I don't think he was that serious with that woman.
No, I don't think so. And then when I met him back in February, he was with that girl, and that's when we became friends. And then I met him up the other night, and he just seems very like he just like I met you a long time ago, and I liked you then, and I'm single, and I hate being single, and I want a companion, and I don't know, is he blowing smoke up my butt?
Well, let's see. Keep me posted. You know. Yeah. Let's see what's going on. Yeah.
So he says that he wants to hang out this weekend. Is he going to follow through? Do you see me hanging out this weekend with him?
I see him following through, you know, and let's see which one is better. And for now on, you know, be open and allow everything that's coming to you.
Yeah. So overall, putting these two guys aside, what does my love life look like to you?
You're in a process of, you know, determining something. It's just you're not there yet, but you're getting there.
I mean, do you think it might be one of these guys, or do you think it might be someone different in your eyes?
I still think someone else might come. Someone else, yeah.
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 Okay, my
gut kind of says the same thing. It's funny you say that.
Yeah. So let's see how it goes, and call me in the next number of weeks, and let's see where we are with this too. But don't just be quiet and wait, and try to get to know them.
Yeah.
See where
I shouldn't reach
go.
out, right? I should let them kind of court me, I should kind of.
Of course, yeah. Let them reach out to you. Okay, right. My love.
And you think they both will, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, honey. Thank you so much.
Okay, my dear.
Bye, Carmen.
So I'm going to take a short break, and then I'm going to go to my next caller, Barbara, and then I'm going to go to Tina. So you guys hold on the line. I'll be with you in a minute.
The best of holistic, spiritual, and conscious world. OMTimes Radio. IOM FM.
Ascending Hearts is no ordinary dating site, but a spiritual dating site with a purpose, to link you with your soulmate. We engineer the serendipity so you can trust that you will attune with someone that has the same matching vibration as you. Ascending Hearts, the conscious dating site for the spiritually aware. Try Ascending Hearts for free. AscendingHearts.com.
Hello, I'm Sandy Sedgbeer, host of OMTimes Magazine's flagship radio show, What is Going On? My passion is sifting through information, research, and innovations from new thought teachers, speakers, and researchers pushing back the boundaries of what we know about life, energy, metaphysics, and the universe. I love shifting perceptions about who we are, why we're here, and how quickly impossible becomes normal when we open our minds, expand our awareness, and accept that the only limits that exist are those we place upon ourselves. So if you're the kind of forward-thinking, eager investigator of what lies beyond the current reality that most perceive, why not make a date to come play with me in the field of possibilities at 4 p.m. Pacific Time, 7 p.m. Eastern Time every Thursday, and together we can discover what's really going on.
If I could be you.
And you could be me for just 1 hour.
If you could find a way
to get inside
each other's mind.
Walk a mile in my shoes.
Walk a mile in my shoes.
Walk a mile in my shoes.
We've all felt left out. And for some, that feeling lasts more than a moment. We can change that. Learn how at belongingbeginswithus.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
Walk a mile in my shoes.
And I'm back. I'm so excited to be with you tonight. And I'm going to go straight to Barbara. Hi, my lovely Barbara.
Hi, Carmen. I have
It's
a
so
question.
good to hear. Sure.
It's good to hear. And I'm glad for your topic tonight, by the way. Right on target with me and what I'm thinking and mentally. Here's the problem.
Good.
I have never had a problem. I've never been an indecisive person. When I was smoking and I wanted to quit, boom, I just said, that's it, no more. When I decided I didn't want to be married, that was it, no more.
Okay.
However, now it's a little bit harder to get into the mindset, and it is a mindset because the mind tells the body what to do. To get in this, to get in the exercise regimen, I mean, is it my solar plexus that's blocked? Something feels kind of blocked that I really can't get into that stick-to-itiveness is what I'm trying to get at.
Right. So, what is exactly, I'm trying to understand, what is exactly the question here?
Well, is there anything blocking me from attaining my goals of losing weight, for example?
No, it's exactly what I described at the beginning of the show. The blockage is it's because you for a long period of time, it has a lot to do with the intake of calories, with the level of the exercise, with the level of the genetics, with how much you want to lose, with the fact that you trapped into the belief that you cannot lose, that you've been trying desperately to lose and is not happening. You understand what I mean? So there's a lot going on here that you need to break through in your head. And I believe that you haven't tried everything. You haven't tried everything. That's my opinion. You haven't tried.
It just seems like that mental grit that I was so used to, I can't seem to grasp it because it's a mental thing. You can't do anything with the diet, the food, the exercise, the supplements without the mental grit.
Right, that's correct. Yeah.
You know so how do you increase that?
Well, in your case, is a lot of work. It's a combination of things. It's not only one thing. It's a number of things that you have to put together to get your goal going. Yeah. For how long you fighting to lose weight? Give me an idea.
Oh, quite a few years.
Okay. Have you ever seen any improvement? You dropped 10 pounds. Did it happen?
I did. I did exactly drop 10 pounds. But then 4 weeks later, it seems like it's coming back.
Because you continue to do the same thing. So you went back to there's something, in my opinion, with you that do you exercise?
Not really. I walk.
Okay. Walk is good, but you need to walk a lot. Do you have an
Yeah.
Apple Watch? The Apple Watch that measures how many steps you take?
No, I don't have an Apple Watch.
Okay. Have you ever tried the intermittent fasting?
Yes. Now that I've tried, and that I have found that is more helpful. That I have to agree.
Yeah,
yes.
That's probably the most helpful. And also measuring the calories. Have you ever tried to a little bit be aware of how much calorie intake you consume? Well, are you aware how much you? No.
Yeah, I
what
don't
do you
count the
primarily
calories.
eat? You have to count calories. Do you eat carbohydrates, pasta, bread, stuff like that?
Now, like for example, for lunch I chopped up a potato. I chopped up black beans. I put in a little corn with some ground beef to make like burritos with a little refried beans at the bottom. And I mean little. I mean, I'm not talking a lot. And had that with a tortilla, one, and that's it. And a glass of iced tea. And that was it. So I'm starting to
how much sugar in the iced tea? Did you look at the label?
I don't have. I make that Lipton's cold brew. I don't have sugar.
Oh, you make it yourself. Okay, you don't. That's perfect. Now, usually potatoes. You know what I mean? Potatoes, rice. They have a very high glycemic index, so they and they have no nutritional value. You know, not so much nutritional value. So you eat something that has no nutritional value, but it's a huge calorie intake. So here you have to rethink what you eat, and eat stuff that have very low glycemic index and more nutritional value. For instance, if you eat a piece of salmon that has nutritional value, if you eat fruits, vegetables, they're very good because they're antioxidants, and they are the best thing that you can do for yourself because they fill you up. But they have no calorie intake, very low calorie intake, and even if they have fructose, is the natural one. So you have to rethink the way you eat. One of the reasons, and I think that Nutrisystem does work sometimes, is because they're very careful with the glycemic index. How is your sugar, your A1C? Do you know your A1C level?
No, but I never really had high sugar because when I've gone to the doctor.
So you don't have diabetes or borderline diabetes. Good. That's a good thing. How many pounds you want to lose?
I would say 50, and that would put me good.
Okay. So you gradually have to lose those pounds, but you have to lose them because 50 is a lot of pounds.
I think so,
Yeah, it's a lot of pounds to lose. It's not easy to lose them, but you can slowly lose all of them. But it's a matter of what you eat. It's all about that. And I will put you on an alkaline diet and an anti-inflammatory diet. I will really put you on a diet, and I will continue to do the intermittent fasting. I will take away all this stuff that have no nutritional value, and I go back to the food that can fill you up with the correct stuff,
I'll check on that anti-inflammatory and alkaline.
And write down the anti-inflammatory diet and alkaline diet. That's going to prolong your life. That's going to make you feel way better, energize you, and that's going to help you lose weight. Now, I have a doctorate in nutrition from Cornell University. I'm willing to give you a free session to help you with this. So keep up with me, and I will help you with this, I promise.
Okay.
So I'm one of my specialties is actually nutrition, and I want to guide you through a number of things to show you how you got here and how can you lose all the weight, Yeah. I will help you with this, I promise, Barbara, okay?
Okay,
so
dear.
Write me an email, and my assistant will respond, and we'll schedule something so I can guide you through this more thoroughly, more in detail. Okay, my
what's your
Barbara,
name?
I love you. I love you, sweetie. Carmen Harra,
Thank you.
well, my name. Okay, my love. I'm going to go quickly to Tina. Hi, my Tina. How are you, my love?
Carmen, I'm great. How are you?
So good to hear your voice. How's
Thank
my
you,
beautiful
Carmen.
Tina?
I'm doing good, thank you. Related to our topic today, changing our life in 30 days, maybe
Right.
this is wishful thinking. I might be just wishful thinking. But what if it's something that's not within your control, like weight? What if it's, in my case, it's finance? And
Even I agree with you. Finance is probably the most difficult to change, because you can change your weight, you can change the things that are in your power. But even the money situation, money being a form of energy, you know what I mean? You can actually attract that form of energy. Tina, send me an email. I'll give you 10 minutes free because I was not to talk to you. I would love to talk to you much more about the money situation with you. Send me an email and we'll schedule that free session with you this coming week. Is that okay?
Oh, that's great, Carmen. God bless you. Thank you.
I so love you, Tina. I love you. Bye, my
Love you
sweetheart.
too.